Coming up on Mountain News at 6, winter weather returns to the mountains. We hear from police and emergency crews about the issues it caused. And more concerns are being raised regarding a budget proposal under consideration in Frankfort.
And we had a snowy and wet start to the work week. When will it get better? Details coming up.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Well, Punxsutawney Phil's prediction for 6 more weeks of winter seemed to come to life yesterday as many communities throughout the region saw nearly an inch or more of snow. WYMT's McKinley Calandrino has more on conditions from Perry County.
While spring is just around the corner, we are not done with winter weather just yet. Snowfall began in parts of eastern Kentucky Sunday evening, causing several issues on the roadways.
We had to shut down Highway 80 because of the road conditions, because of black ice. There was multiple wrecks, single vehicle wrecks, multiple people stranded.
Parts of Perry County saw 1.5 to 2 inches of snow Monday morning, closing schools and businesses throughout the county. As temperatures climbed Monday morning, Emergency Management Director Jerry Stacy says road conditions have improved drastically.
We've noticed a lot of the roads beginning to clear from some melting, and I do still think that we need to be really vigilant through the day and this evening and tonight.
While roads may seem clear, officials say with high winds and the temperatures dropping back down throughout the night, their biggest concern is black ice.
In a lot of cases, that's even more dangerous simply because you can't really tell that there's ice there. From looking at the weather forecast, it's really supposed to warm up middle of the week on and through the weekend, so conditions should really improve as we move forward. Until
then, officials urge drivers to be mindful on the roads and allow plenty of time to get where you are going safely. In Perry County, McKinley Calandrino, WYMT Mountain News.
And as of this afternoon, officials in Perry County say no new water outages have been reported, and they do not believe that's going to be a big issue this time around. Well, there are better temperatures in the forecast, but also some rain. First Alert meteorologist Eric Dean has the latest on that.
Yeah, that's right, Steve, we do. Matter of fact, take a look here at Rowan County right now. You can see that snow is still falling across portions of eastern Kentucky. Where it is not falling, though, is over towards the Kentucky-Tennessee border near Whitley County. You see right there, all is dry, maybe a few lingering flakes flying around there, but that's it. It is dry. So talk about the tale of two counties. Right now, winter weather advisory is in effect for parts of the viewing area. This goes into effect until midnight unless you are in Bell and Leslie County, then your winter weather advisory will expire a little bit early at around 10 o'clock this evening. Then if you're in Mingo and Logan County in West Virginia, you have the winter storm warning in effect until 1 a.m. Here's a look at live pinpoint Doppler radar right now. You can see that snow is still falling throughout eastern Kentucky, and it's going to taper off as we go throughout the overnight hours. We'll start your Tuesday off, though, with cloudy skies. Details in the First Alert forecast in a few minutes. Steve.
All right, Eric, thank you. 1 year after the third major flood in 5 years, work continues on several higher ground communities in eastern Kentucky. The one that's farthest along is Chestnut Ridge in Knott County. Several groups, including the Housing Development Alliance, came together to make it happen.
That subdivision is almost completely done. I think we're building 17 houses and we're putting the finishing touches on the 17th. I think Samaritan's Purse is already done with theirs. ASP and Homes are almost done, and people are moving in. Yeah. That particular one is targeted specifically for flood survivors, especially of the 22 flood, but in some cases we have folks who were 22 and 25.
You can learn more about the higher ground neighborhoods, the overall housing shortage, and affordability concerns. All that and more with HDA Executive Director Scott McReynolds tonight at 7 on Issues and Answers. A weekend fire in Rockcastle County left a maintenance garage and 2 dump trucks destroyed. Judge Executive Hal Holbrook says it was around 3:30 p.m. Saturday when dispatch got a phone call about smoke coming out of the roof of the road department. One firefighter was taken to the hospital, but Holbrook says they are expected to be okay. But the road department did lose some equipment. Holbrook says they are down 2 dump trucks out of their 5 truck fleet. He says that could slow down gravel work.
It didn't totally shut us down as far as hauling rock, but of course, you know, when you lose 2 trucks of your fleet, that does hurt a little.
The county is working to find a temporary maintenance garage now. Holbrook says he won't know the full extent of damage to equipment and tools that were inside the garage until the fire investigation is over. Tonight, people will hold a vigil in honor of Doug Harless. Harless was shot and killed by London police inside his home more than a year ago. The vigil comes just 3 days after a grand jury declined to indict anyone in connection with Harless's death. Investigators say officers were serving a search warrant when Harless pointed a gun at them. However, dispatch audio later revealed officers may have been at the wrong address. People are expected to gather to once again demand justice for Harless tonight at 7:30. We'll be there and have much more about this tonight at 11. Meanwhile, several elected officials in Laurel County are asking federal officials to look into Doug Harless's death. In a post on Facebook, the request for a formal inquiry was started by Judge Executive David Westerfield and was endorsed by Laurel County Sheriff John Root as well as several other elected officials. In Pike County, a woman is facing charges after she was accused of calling an ambulance just for a ride. According to an arrest citation, dispatch received a call from PMC about the woman causing a disturbance last night in the ER. After Joanna Trump arrived at the hospital, police say she told hospital staff she just used the ambulance to go back to the hospital to get her coat. She was arrested after allegedly making threats of physical violence toward staff. In Lee County, Virginia, a Jonesville man is heading to prison for life after being convicted of rape. Michael Camden was found guilty on December 22nd. Today, a Lee County, Virginia Circuit Court judge sentenced him to life in prison. Under Virginia law, rape convictions carry a mandatory minimum life sentence, giving the court no choice in the punishment. The Kentucky Office of Homeland Security warns a new opioid has been found in Kentucky. It's called cyclorphine, and just one encounter with it could be deadly. Authorities say cyclorphine is approximately 10 times stronger than fentanyl and is contributing to overdose deaths in neighboring regions, including East Tennessee. Sergeant Joe Lane with Richmond Police spent 6 years as a narcotics detective. He says it's extremely hard to keep up with the new drugs constantly making the rounds.
These things change weekly, monthly, yearly. We have to be involved. We have to get involved with the community. We have to talk to the children of our community.
Paintsville police are also warning people about bright colored tablets that look like cartoon characters. They are laced with fentanyl but can look appealing to children. Kentucky educators continue to call for changes in a state budget proposal. The Kentucky Education Association says lawmakers need to sign a pledge to not shift more of the costs of health insurance to teachers and retirees. It comes as House Republicans say they are still waiting on key information in the budget writing process. WYMT's Phil Pendleton has more on the debate.
The budget is the biggest bill to be considered this year, and while no vote's been taken yet, some groups are fearing the worst.
As we said, they're scared and they feel like they've been betrayed.
Retirement groups and educators say that House Bill 500 contains a cap on employer contributions, which will lead to higher health insurance premiums for teachers to public workers, retirees, and school support staff.
These are some of the hardest working people that you'll see, and you can prove that because you can ask them when you see them at their second job.
The concern is most will see their monthly premiums increase by about $500.
The legislators that we have spoken to thus far, most of them are saying that they can't vote for that.
House Speaker David Osborne says the challenge for them is how to pay for an expected 24% increase in public employee benefits. And he also says that requests for information from the governor have largely been unanswered. Osborne says the state budget director also indicated the information will be passed on, but so far nothing has been received. Advocates say the concern with House Bill 500 is for the retired person who has few options.
There is no second job. There's no extra money. What does he have to do without to be able to pay for medication that his wife must have to live?
Kentucky's House Speaker states the budget is still a work in progress and nothing has been finalized. In Frankfort, Phil Pendleton, WYMT Mountain News.
There is no date yet on when the state budget bill will be heard in committee.
All right, this is a scene right now here in Hazard. We are seeing that snow continuing to fall throughout portions of eastern Kentucky. We're going to get a little bit of a break, and then we're going to warm up, but we're going to have rain chances in the forecast. Details coming up.
Plus, a Holocaust survivor and his wife reflect on decades in the mountains as they get ready for a new chapter.